social distance. Now, the latest edition of the Locust Watch by the Food and Agriculture Organization is reporting that immature locust swarms have continued to persist, mainly in northern and central counties. The scientists note that while the number of swarms arriving from the north continue to decline and the rains have fallen in southern counties, more rain is needed in the north, where the swarms are more likely to eventually mature and lay eggs. Leila Mohammed reports on the latest attempt at stopping the swarms in their tracks and on the trackers who work tirelessly behind the scenes.
As dawn breaks in central Kenya, a helicopter lifts off in a race to find roosting locusts before the sun warms their bodies and sends them on a ravenous flight through the farmlands. Pilot Kieran Allen begins his painstaking survey from zebra-filled plains and lush maize farms to dramatic forested valleys and the vast arid expanses farther north, his eyes scouring the landscape for signs of the massed insects. The chopper suddenly swings around after a call comes in from the locust war room on the ground. A community in the foothills of Mount Kenya has reported a swarm. Reddish pink in the immature and hungriest phase, the insects smother the tips of a pine forest. Allen determines that nearby farms are at a safe distance and calls in for a second aircraft, which arrives in minutes to spray the swarm with pesticide. On the ground, having warmed to just the right temperature, the thick cloud of locusts fills the air with a rustling akin to a light rainfall. But a few hours from now, many will be dead from the effect of the poison.
We have a lot of swarms. The swarms are much smaller, and then the capacity to respond is much higher. So a year ago, in February 2020, we had 2 aircraft in Kenya able to spray and very, very minimal quantity of pesticide. Now in Kenya, we have 10 aircraft operating.
In a Meru village, desperate farmer Jen Gatumwa's 4.8-hectare farm of maize and beans is seething with ravenous locusts. She and her family members run through the crops yelling and banging pieces of metal together in a futile bid to chase them away.
Tulikuwa tunavuna kama eka moja ya mahindi, tulikuwa tunatoa 25 gunia bags. Sasa saa hii hatutarajii kitu njuu inakula na inamaliza kabisa. Hakuna kitu tutatoa tunatarajia saa hii. Lakini miaka hiyo ingine wakati ile locust haikuwa, tulikuwa tunatoa hata viazi.
We've got a little bit of ground spraying going on.
The Food and Agriculture Organization has teamed up with the company 51 Degrees, which specializes in managing protected areas. A hotline takes calls from village chiefs, or some of the 3,000 trained scouts and aircraft are dispatched. The FAO reports that in 2020, the infestation affected the food supply and livelihoods of some 2.5 million people and was expected to impart 3.5 million in 2021.